The committee is reconvened at Raymond aboard. Sir, give us your name and DOC number, please.
Tyson Farkas, ma'am. My DOC number is 455680.
All right, is it okay if I call you Tyson?
Yes, ma'am.
Good, all right. My name is Pearl Wise. To my left is Mr. Roche, and to my right is Mr. Freeman. We comprise your panel this morning. Let me explain the process to you. I'm going to read some information to the record, and we're going to conduct an interview with you, starting with Mr. Freeman. You do have some supporters here, and I'm going to call them out. After Mr. Freeman does his interview, we're going to ask the warden for some input, tell us how you've been doing and what he wants the panel to know. After the warden speaks, we're going to call on your support, and they will speak. And after they've spoken, we're going to give you an opportunity to make a closing statement. Just tell us whatever you want us to know, then we'll render a decision. And do you understand the process?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to call out your speakers so that we'll know. We have an attorney here, and attorney, you can go ahead and tell us what your name is.
Good morning. My name is Mami Ibrahim, and I'm here on behalf of Tyson Farkas.
Thank you. Tanya Griffin, a cousin. Rochelle Russell, she's with Tanya, his mother. And then we have a Miss Katie, also with Miss Tanya, your aunt. They are all, that's good, they're all in one place, but that's good. Let me read the information to the record. Tyson J. Farkas, 455680. You're listed as fourth offender. Your current offenses are operating a vehicle while intoxicated, third offense, habitual offender. Your total DOC time is listed as 21 years and 4 days. Your parole eligibility date is April the 10th of 2015. Your good time date is listed as December the 16th of 2029. And your full term date is listed as June the 17th of 2030. Does that sound correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, would you answer, Mr. Freeman?
Okay, how old are you?
42, sir.
42, okay, and how long have you been in jail on this charge?
13 years, sir.
Okay, what's your educational level?
My educational level is like 7th grade, sir. In school, I'm dyslexic and I have a learning disability problem. So in the morning, sir, in school, when I was in Oaklawn and Eleanor, I would go to school in the morning time, and after lunch, I would take a bus to Votech. And that's where I took up carpentry. I had an opportunity to take up carpentry, plumbing, or ceramic, and I took up carpentry.
Okay, so did you even try to get your GED since you've been in, or the dyslexia messes you up?
The dyslexia messes me up, sir.
Okay.
And
right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have 3 DWI convictions. You're a third offender. How many active DWIs would you say you've been arrested for?
I've been arrested for about 6 or 7, sir.
Thanks for being honest. How about, have you ever received any treatment?
No, sir. Not ADAC, not inpatient treatment, not any outpatient treatment, never, sir.
Okay.
And my record reflects that.
You consider yourself an alcoholic?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All law enforcement is opposed. Your supervision record has not been the best. There's 1 terminated unsat and 2 revoked. What classes have you taken since you've been in that?
Anger management, behavior management, 100-hour pre-release, and substance abuse.
What kind of substance abuse you took?
It was a program, a 90-day program, sir, all in one. It was a new program that was created by Lieutenant Griffith in Angola State Penitentiary.
Your institutional record is fair, your custody is medium. Warden, we don't have a disciplinary, no, we do have a disciplinary record. Like you said, 17 write-ups. When was your last write-up?
October 21, sir.
Okay, and that was for defiance and aggravated disobedience. I see you got a lot of aggravated disobedience charges. What is that about? What's the problem there?
Sir, a lot of them aggravated disobedience charges came from me refusing to go into population. I spent most of my time on protective custody in Angola State Penitentiary. And I just felt like I feared for my safety, and I felt more content in the cells. And I spent most of my time, sir, on protection.
How long have you been at the bar?
I couldn't hear you, sir.
How long have you been in that prison?
This prison here, sir. I've been here a year.
Okay, you in general population?
Yes, sir. This is, I have to say, it is a prison, but it is so much better here. Yes, sir.
Okay.
The environment is different, sir.
Okay, when did you take that substance abuse class? What year?
2020, sir. January 8th, I think it was.
But since then, you've had 5 write-ups for intoxication. So you don't have your problem under control, correct?
No, sir. I've slipped up in Angola and made a mistake, sir.
Okay, so you all of your write-ups were at Angola, huh?
Yes, sir.
Not being in the general population, looks like it would have been harder to get the alcohol, but I guess it's not. What is your medical condition? You have any medical problem?
No, sir, not really. I got pins and screws in my right ankle. I really don't have any medical problems, sir. And
What's gonna be your transition plan if you were to get out? Where you going to live? Where you gonna work?
I'm gonna go live with my mother and my stepdad. And I have a job plan set up, sir. Carpentry work with Tanya Thomasy. She's given me a job and I can go work with her. And I'm gonna get out and spend time with my family. And Angola in the last 13 years, sir, it's been a long time. And I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm sorry for the mistakes that I've made. And but I'm ready to become a man of society and to move forward with my life and put my past in the past.
And what'll be your sobriety plan? How you gonna stay away from alcohol?
Sir, I was really, my plan, sir, was to actually ask y'all for inpatient treatment. And my plan was to go through the inpatient treatment, and before I get out of inpatient treatment, put my plans together on the street for outpatient treatment so I can have the positive vibe and the support from them and from my family, which I know that loves me very much and that would back me up with whatever my decisions would be. And I think that that would be a big step for me to help me. And because I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to go back to prison, sir.
I hear you. What is your detainer for in Mississippi? What charge are they detaining you on?
So it's the charge is 20 years old. It's a theft charge. The 20-year-old charge, probation violation.
Probation violation for theft. Okay. Warden, that detainer is still active? It looks like it according to the
Yes,
to the
sir.
record. Okay, Warden, what do you have to say about Mr. Parker?
Mr. Freeman, I mean, I think, you know, I don't think he's a bad guy. I really don't. I think he's got a serious alcohol problem, drug problem, as you pointed out. Several intoxications over the last few years. The most recent one, 2 years ago, and that was, we talked about that yesterday for some mojo, some synthetic marijuana. So, you know, I believe, just like he says, you know, he needs some long-term substance abuse treatment. We couldn't find the records where he says he took a little bit at Angola, but you know, we have a much more extensive program. We have him on backlog for our Living in Balance program here. So I would recommend that he take that, but also maybe some long-term pre-release substance abuse, and then naturally once he gets out, continue. That's going to be his biggest challenge, and I think if he can overcome that, he can succeed.
Let me ask you this, Warden. Has he had any disciplinary problems since he's been with you?
No, sir, not since he's been with me.
Okay, and what's his job? Does he have a job at the prison?
The dorm orderly, he works. He's a dorm orderly down in the dormitory. He cleans up, takes care of the housing unit. He's done well since he's been here. I think this environment has been a lot better for him, a little more structured and more beneficial for him.
Okay, thank you, Warden. Oh, I have.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Freeman. I see that, that you have a mental health appointment on April the 20th of 23. You being followed by mental health?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How's that going?
It's going well.
Are you on any medication?
Yes, ma'am.
How is that going? How's that going?
It's going really well, ma'am.
Sleeping
No.
well?
Yes, ma'am. I sleep really well. Get up at 5 o'clock every morning, clean the dome. I go to breakfast, come back, clean the dome, clean the walls, take care of the dome, clean up behind everyone, and I go on my day at nighttime. I go to bed at an early time, and I prepare myself for the next morning.
So
Yes,
you don't
ma'am.
have any side effects of the medication. It's really, really going well. That's good to hear. You have no side effects in the medication. They got it right. I'm glad to hear that. Really good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. No other questions? For your attorney, ma'am, did you want to speak at the beginning or at the end? I'm sorry, I didn't ask you earlier.
Oh, that's okay. I'd like to speak at the end if that's okay.
All right, thank you. All right, we can hear from your cousin now, Miss Tanya Griffin.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you want us to know? Good morning. State your name and your relationship to our Tyson.
My name is Tanya Griffin. I'm Tyson's first cousin. I worked for myself. Tyson is got a job with me when he comes home. And I know that when he comes home, it'll be an adjustment for him. You know, he'll have, you know, to get settled in. And so I can be lenient with his time. And I know that he is going to need some AA meetings and things like that. And I'm willing to work with him on that. And, you know, he also has a job with my brother if he wants it. I mean, so the work is there for him. And we're willing to support him in whatever way that we can. You know, Tyson's not a bad person. He's a really good person. And he just, you know, made some bad decisions, you know, and I think that he's learned his lesson. And I think that he is more than willing to come out and do the right thing.
Right, thank you. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for being here. All right, yes, ma'am. Give us your name and what you want us to know.
My name is Katie Parasine. I'm Tyson Farkas's aunt. Tyson is a really good person. I can remember Tyson as a child and teenager. He was always laughable, fun to be around. I've never seen Tyson mean or harsh to anybody. And we miss him. We love him, and I'm willing to support him in any way I can. If I have to take him to work, pick him up, whatever needs to be done when he gets back home. We just need him home. We've lost many family members, and I know that's hard on Tyson. And we have two, his dad and his brother that just passed away. And we need to put them to rest. And we can't do that till Tyson comes home. And I know Tyson's going to do well if he gets home, to come home. I know he will.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
I am Rachel Roussel, Tyson's mother. I'm almost lost for words. I want him to come home, and I will support him as much as I can. Taking him to work, being there for him. He has a permanent home. His grandmother left him, so he'll never be homeless. And I'm gonna make sure he just does the right thing. And I'll always be there when he comes home from work. I can't say how much I miss him. But every day that he's done time, I've done time too, because every day is being without him. It's just hurting. He deserves to come back home. He's done enough time.
Thank you.
Lost his brother, and all I have is Tyson. He's
Thank
always been a good son to me.
Thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Tyson's attorney.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wise. I've known Tyson for a number of years now, probably almost 10. And I'm just really proud of the changes that he's made within himself. Tyson is one of the most humble clients that I've ever had. So I'm really happy that I'm here and able to speak on his behalf, because there's a lot of obstacles that he's overcome during his 13 years of incarceration, and a lot of times where he's fallen, but he's always getting back up. And he doesn't tend to talk a lot about the good things that he's done, but he's done a lot of tremendous things. You know, first of all, he's a nonviolent person. You know, he's definitely had some a lot of struggles with drugs and alcohol. He understands that he's an addict and that he needs help and support for that. But he's not someone that you have to worry about going into the community and harming anyone. He understands, though, that his actions do have the ability to harm not just himself, but those around him in the community, and that it's harmed his family members and taken him away from his family for a very long time. I think it's important to highlight the fact that he has been clean for the past 2 years. But even with that being said, he understands the concept that once you're an addict, once you're addicted to something, that is a lifelong thing that you have to constantly deal with and create systems of support around. So while he's been clean for 2 years, he knows he's not out of the woods. And that's why the first thing he says to you all is, I want to get more help. I want in treatment support. He's asking for those things on his own. You know, he's experienced a lot of trauma. As I said earlier, his aunt mentioned that his dad recently passed away, his brother passed away. And those are when those occurrences have happened, when he's had some sort of traumatic stress around him, has been unable to, you know, be with his family during those moments. And so unfortunately, you know, he turned to you know, alcohol to help him get through those moments, but he understands that that's not the right way to deal with trauma. That's not the right way to deal with stress. And that's what he's been working on the past 2 years. Although he struggled with his dyslexia and his learning disability and hasn't been able to get his GED. He's a hard worker. He's always kept a job his entire life. He has, a work plan now. He's from the beginning always taken those VOTEC courses very seriously to make sure that he can support himself, even if he's not able to excel academically. He's able to work. He reads the Bible every single day. So he's deeply religious. His family is very religious. They are constantly praying for him. He's constantly praying for them and those around him. So I know that he's going to have that family and, religious support. And then the last thing I wanted to just mention, I'm not sure if you all had an opportunity to review the parole packet that I forwarded over to you all, but there is a letter in there from First 72 stating that upon release that he would be both having one-on-one mentorship with their co-director, as well as enrollment in their weekly class, which is called 9 Steps to Staying Free. I'm sure you all are well aware of the class, as well as any other reentry services that he needs. We also spoke with the director of the Steve Hoyle program in Bossier. They're more than willing to come and pick him up and put them through his through their intensive program upon release, if you all wanted to just have to make sure that there's some additional supports around him before going back into the community. And then also there is the Easy Does It Club that has in Homa that has both Narcotics and Alcoholics Anonymous. I've spoken with them as well, and they're ready and willing to take him in for their weekly classes. They have them 3 times a week, as well as provide him with a sponsor. So I think we have tried to make sure that he's surrounded with every type of support that he needs, professional, family, religious. He also has his own vehicle that his father left to him. So once he gets his license, he'll be able to go to and from work. He has tried to, be proactive about making sure that he has everything he needs to be successful should this honorable committee grant him parole. And I stand in support of him as well. He'll always be able to call me and lean on me for support to make sure that he does the right thing. I think, someone in Tyson's circumstances has gotten the most that he can possibly get out of prison. I think the support that he needs now is the real intensive drug and alcohol treatment that he can get outside of prison. And I don't think that you'll ever see him in front of you again or inside of prison again. So with that, I'll wrap up unless you all have any questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for participating today. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Tyson, it's on you now. What do you want us to know before we vote?
Ma'am, I just would like to say that the past 13 years, it's been a long 13 years. And I accept responsibility for the things I've done in my past. I haven't been perfect, and I made a lot of bad decisions. And I hurt my family. I hurt a lot of ones that I love, and due to my addiction. And I'm not proud of what I've done in my past. From the age of 20 to the age of 29, my life has changed. I was in an accident and I've received pins and screws in my right ankle. And the doctor prescribed me Lortabs with three refills. And from that day forward, it changed my life. And it made a different man out of me, a man that I don't want to go back to. And I think with the proper help and the support from my family and the support from the street, that I'm ready for society. I'm ready to have a family. I'm ready to accomplish and achieve the things in life that everyone else wants. And I'm asking y'all to please forgive me for the mistakes that I made, and I'm sorry, and I'll never make them again.
Well said. Panel ready to vote? We have a motion for executive session.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Parole.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be
All votes.
in executive session to discuss confidential matters related to this case. We'll be right back. The panel is reconvening, parole panel is reconvening. It's 9:43 a.m. as to Tyson Farkas, and we will be voting at this time, starting with Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Farkas, no doubt you have a terrible criminal history and a terrible disciplinary history. You explained a lot of all of the disciplinary was at Angola.
Yes, sir.
I put some weight on that it was at Angola. And you were scared to be in the population. So you know, and that led to a lot of your disciplinary problems. As Ms. Wise says, I'm gonna take a risk on you. You have very, very good family support. And I think they're gonna be there for you. Lawyer has a lot of things set up, and I think you need to take advantage of what you can handle.
Yes, sir.
Don't slow yourself, because I'm gonna put a lot of special conditions on you. Because if you're a weapon when you get behind that wheel and you start drinking.
Yes, sir.
You've been lucky you haven't hurt somebody already. Very. So my special conditions are that I'm gonna grant you conditionally and that you complete the Steve Hall program, which is our 9-month program, one of the best we have in the state. On completion of that Steve Hall program, you will be released. You will attend 3 AA meetings a week and follow any recommendations that they give you. You will wear a cram bracelet for the first year. That's an alcohol detector that you'll have on you at all times that will report if you drink. And if you drink, I expect a probation officer to arrest you. I wouldn't give you a second chance.
Yes, sir.
I mean, people, you know, we give a second chance on a dirty street and stuff, but your history, I would arrest you. So you got to stay away from alcohol. And I also would like you to when you have time, attend a day reporting center. Okay, if you're working full time, I understand. I'd rather you go to the AA meeting and have that scram bracelet on. But also go by the day reporting center. I think they have a lot to offer. That's my.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Mr. Roche?
Yes, before I give my vote, can I ask Mr. Freeman to amend his grand bracelet to 24 months?
Absolutely. Can she put it down because I already passed my.
Yes.
Yes, 24 months.
Okay.
I want you to wear that grand bracelet for 24 months. Now, I know the surprise Ward Meyer, if he knows that Alvin Roche will be because of disciplinary write-up. You've had some serious disciplinary write-up the last 17 months, and it hadn't been 2 years. The last write-up was 17 months ago. This new mojo. And I don't understand why an individual would use mojo if you don't even know what's in the mojo. And you just put it in the system. But because of your good interview, the excellent presentation by your attorney, and the support that you have from your cousin, your mother, and your aunt, I'm going to go out on a limb. And I don't know if you know exactly what I mean when I go out on a limb. I'm going to trust you to make sure I don't fall.
Thank you very much, sir. I won't let you down. I promise. Thank you.
So I'm going to grant you conditionally upon the completion of the 9-month CPAW program, and under the same conditions as Mr. Freeman, except that I want to wear that grand bracelet for 24 months. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Tyson, you have 2 votes to grant. I too am going to concur with my colleagues. My vote is to grant. You presented well today. You came prepared. You came owning who you are and what you've done. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate the Department of Correction. They put you somewhere where you could get the help that you need, that fitted you. And so I applaud DOC for that as well. You have a low needs, you have a low risk on our assessments. My added condition is that you get grief counseling, get with your attorney, get with your family, but get into some grief counseling. I'm gonna say, at least 9 months after release, start trying to find some grief counseling. You will have enough on your plate when you first get out. So grief counseling, put off by 9 months, but you want to start earlier, you can. But today, sir, your parole has been granted after you complete CPAR 9 months, and then the special condition already stayed on the record. So best wishes to you. Thank you to everyone for participating. We appreciate your input.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.